Hello, welcome back. If this is the first video of mine that you're watching, welcome. Thank you all for intentionally clicking on this video. I have a very interesting video today on an even more interesting topic, but this video will be the first one that kind of sets the tone on what I have in mind for the types of videos that I will be posting. So to give you some background about me, I'm typically perceived as a positive person, which I love because that is what I strive for. But the thing is that people don't necessarily know how I've become a positive person and all the experiences that have kind of molded me into who I am today. So that's kind of the gist of the type of content that I will be posting. I just want to share as many vulnerable experiences with you guys, raw, genuine, real human experiences, because I watched this one TED Talk by Miss Brown and she said vulnerability equals human connection, and you guys know how I feel about human connection, and you can only connect so much with people on Instagram because it really just is for looks and kind of surface level. So this is where, once again, my Finsta comes in because, oh my gosh, my Finsta posts just truly capture the way that I was feeling in the moment when I posted. And you can tell by the title what I'll be talking about today. So I'm really fortunate that I did spill out my feelings and can reflect back on them today for the use of this video and see how far I've come along. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so in high school, I was a popular gal, to say the least. I feel like the term popularity kind of implies that the relationship was only one way, that only people knew me, that I didn't know them. But the reason why a lot of people knew me is because I knew a lot of people thanks to leadership, and I connected with a lot of people. I really am fortunate enough to say that all 4 years of high school treated me so good. Each year just got even better and better, and being the person I am, I just naturally made the most of what was given to me. So I feel like that in itself kind of just translated into me having a good experience my whole 4 years in high school. So fast forward to college, everything that I had in high school, everything that occupied my time, made me happy, I no longer had in college, obviously. So college quickly became a struggle for me, social life wise, friends wise, and it's just crazy because I have never had that problem. But I had to weigh out my values. I knew that I didn't want to join a sorority, and I was open to parties, but it's like the type of parties that I like are parties with my friends, good company, we're all safe in a house type thing. And I saw this tweet recently that comparison is a thief of happiness. And the comparison that I was making initially was that, so many people are befriending everyone, because that's a norm in college, kinda. Yeah, definitely. And there were many norms that I didn't do. I didn't join clubs. I just didn't want to rush. And that is a double entendre because rush sorority friend. Okay, no, you get it. Even though I was struggling, I knew what I want. I knew that I like meaningful relationships. And so I was like, if not having friends for a couple months is what it takes, then so be it. But then it's like, how am I supposed to make friends if I'm not going out and exposing myself to new people and whatnot? But luckily for me, my pre-nursing advisor blocked 3 classes into my schedule, and I had 3 classes with these same people. All just naturally became close. We sat by each other in each of our classes and all of that. And I can't express how much that helped me out and how happy it made me to have a good small group of girls that had the same goals as me, the same work ethic, because obviously we're all in pre-nursing. But then at the same time, I was still feeling lonely because they were commuters. And so that definitely did not help me at all. I was still lonely in my dorm. Isabel, my roomie, quickly found her social life and she also got a job. And so that just left me with so much time to myself, to wallow in my sadness, be lonely, all that. Oh my gosh, And some nights, mostly a lot of nights, I would cry myself to sleep. And it's me saying this, I don't want people to feel bad for me because I don't feel like that anymore. This is in the past, I went from, crying myself to sleep at night to, well, I'm home now. So in those months, it was really hard to express this stuff to my parents because they were always like, Mia, you're there for school. And I understood that, but it's still hard, you know? And so like what I would do was like compare my experiences to theirs and how like their hardships were way worse than what I was going through. So I was like, yeah, like I could have it way worse. Like I should not be complaining. I'm fortunate enough to be getting an education, you know? But that is honestly not a good mindset. Like I shouldn't feel the need to suppress my feelings and what I am going through just because of like someone else's experiences. So that was kind of where I started to shift my mindset into something, you know, more productive and positive, as I should, right? So with that being said, I saw my loneliness as a chance for me to grow my independence, and over time I just learned to love my alone time. So yes, I did have this positive mindset, but simultaneously I was using schoolwork and planning my future to like mask my sadness, which is not good. But I knew in the moment that it was a process. I knew that I wasn't always gonna feel like this. I knew that things will get better. I didn't feel like I was in a hole or anything. And it's like, well, if this is the lowest I'm feeling, like we're only going up from here, boys. But another thing that literally saved me was going home every other weekend. I'm so glad San Jose lets freshmen keep their cars on campus compared to like a lot of other campuses. And so being able to go back home every other weekend and see my family and just go from literally here to over here, even if it was only for 2 days, like it was a good refill of serotonin for me, truly. And I would see my friends, maybe hit a workout, and just the familiarity of all of those things just made me so happy and so much more appreciative of everything, even Modesto. Honestly, I never like talked down on Modesto ever like other people might, but I really just found a new appreciation for my hometown and even more for my family and friends. But then of course I would have to go back to college. I would usually leave from my grandma's house because my family always goes to her house for dinner every Saturday and Sunday. So when I would leave on Sunday, I would cry before I left. And my cousin one time, like my purse was in the kitchen and I didn't want the family to see me, and so I had my cousin grab my purse and I just went out the door. I was like, bye. And then my uncle came to the door and like gave me a hug, and I was like, oh my gosh, no. And now I'm getting emotional. And I would like cry while I was driving, and I know that is like very dangerous, but I couldn't help it. And so by the time I got back to SJ, I was just like, well, back to reality. And it sucked because it was just back to overthinking, back to loneliness and all that. But a good thing that I did get from all of this is that I became really studious. So yeah, the months just went by. I got better and better with things. It was just crazy because it's like, yeah, people knew that I've always been happy, and so it's like, oh, you wouldn't expect this of me. But then like other people would tell me they felt the same exact way. Like they would comment on my Finsta post saying like, oh my gosh, dude, I feel the same. I'm like, what the heck? And like this person too, like, yeah, you wouldn't expect it of me, but like this person, you just would have not expected anything. It's just crazy, okay? So basically the moral of this video is that growth and comfort do not coexist, and that I am honestly so fortunate that I was able to control my mindset during such a life-changing experience that I went through these past 2 semesters, you know, compared to past experiences that I went through when I was younger, or even just like 2 years ago. At that time, my brain wasn't really trained that way to think the way I do now. And so I'm only really able to reflect back on those experiences and see how it's molded me into who I am today. But being able to really indulge in this experience and really be in the moment of it and how it's like affecting me and how my feelings have changed and all that, like it's been a crazy ride. But at the same time, all of this has been empowering. If you're watching this video and are about to be a freshman in college and you know that you're not interested in partying and doing stuff like that either, I'm not saying that your experience will be the exact same as mine. I just want to make people aware that this is like a thing that people go through in college, because like I said in the title, I was not expecting this at all. Like, yeah, high school is portrayed a certain way in movies and is obviously not like that at all, but college is literally that but on steroids, and you actually fall for it, and just nobody talks about it. Just the fact I've never heard anyone go through this or experience this is so weird to me. And so I just want to make it known that it's a thing, especially because I do have a lot of senior friends right now, class of 2020, going into the first year of college soon. And I just want to let you guys know that if you ever do find yourself feeling this way, that you can most definitely come to me. I'm sure you guys have my number. If you don't, you probably saw this on Instagram and you know my Instagram, and you can DM me. To end on a way more positive note than this whole entire video, I just want to say that despite all of these circumstances, there have been good things that have happened to me these past 2 semesters, and I also am planning on sharing that with you guys in my next couple videos, so stay tuned for those. Thank you so much for getting this far in this video. I hope it was helpful to you to some capacity. If you enjoyed watching this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and honestly, I would really appreciate it if you shared this video with someone that you think will benefit from it, just so they're aware of it. You know, my goal is to get as many people as aware as possible, because you don't want to just be completely blindsided, you know? So yeah, you made it this far. Thank you so much, and stay tuned for whenever I post.